We cannot afford 4 more years like the last 4 years. I want you to know how confident I am in America's future. And it comes because of the heart and spirit of the American people. We're a patriotic people. We're a people that are imbued with the great qualities of the human spirit. I've seen that throughout my life. Had the occasion to serve as a pastor in my church for a while. In my church, you do that part-time. Did that as a lay minister, and I got to know the Oporowski family well. You may have seen them at the Republican convention. He's a firefighter from Medford, Massachusetts, and she's a homemaker. They have two sons. I got to know them and visit them about once a month for a number of years. And then we learned that their youngest son, David, had contracted leukemia. The doctors did their work, but concluded that there was no prospect of his recovery. And so David brought me into his room on one occasion. He was lying in bed, and he said to me, "What comes next?" I described my beliefs to him. He looked at me with seriousness and sobriety and thoughtfulness. Then later, as he became more ill and was in the hospital, he asked me to come by the hospital. He heard and knew that I had a law degree, even though I wasn't a practicing lawyer, and he said he hoped that I could draft a will for him. So I went to the hospital with a big legal pad, and he proceeded to describe who he wanted to get his fishing rod and his skateboard. And of course, he gave his rifle to his brother. This is a young man of seriousness and thoughtfulness and character. I've seen that character throughout the experiences I've had with the American people. He exemplified a saying that I've heard since, which is clear eyes, full heart, can't lose. David Oporowski is a young man who didn't lose. He lost his life, but kept his character, the character of a true American, and I sure love that young man. I had a different experience that also reminds me of the character of the American people and gives me confidence in the great qualities that we have. I was in my neighborhood, and I got a flyer around Christmas time announcing that there was going to be a neighborhood party with the address. And that evening, when the day for the party came along, I wasn't planning on going, but it turned out that I looked behind our house, and there were some people having a big party and looking out over our house from their deck there. And I said to Ann, if we don't go over there, we're going to look on social, because we're right here. They could see our lights on. So she agreed, and she got dressed up, and we went over there and went inside, and they welcomed us. They were very friendly, and they had dinner and everything. We had dinner with them and got pictures taken. It was really wonderful, except it turned out this wasn't the neighborhood party. This was some guy and his wife having a party with their friends. And I showed up, and it's like, well, come on in, And so we came in, and I met some remarkable people. One of whom was a former Navy SEAL, and he'd served with our SEALs. And even after he left the SEALs, he wanted to continue to make a difference in the Middle East. He cared about the people there, and so he volunteered for assignments to go over and provide security for various efforts in the Middle East to try and help there. And I just learned a few days ago that he was one of the 2 former Navy SEALs killed in Benghazi. And it broke my heart. He was a guy who had lived in my home state of Massachusetts. We shared some passions for the kinds of things he was interested in. And I read a story about him and about the fellow that he was with, the other former Navy SEAL. They were apparently not in the consulate when it was hit. They were apparently in another facility across town, according to CNN International. And when they heard that the consulate was under attack, they didn't go hide. They didn't hunker down. They got up with some others and came to the consulate to the aid of their fellows. That's America. That's America. That's the American spirit. We face some real challenges, but we don't run from them. We run to them. We confront them. Right now, we face some major challenges in this country. This debt is a threat to us. It's got to end. This economy is not creating the jobs it should. We've got to fix it. Our schools aren't preparing our kids for the jobs of tomorrow. We've got to fix them so we give our kids the bright prospects they deserve. Our military, we depend upon it for our security. We depend upon it to help provide liberty to others around the world. The idea of cutting it by $1 trillion is unthinkable. We must strengthen it and keep it the hope of the earth that it's been for decades and decades. This is our time. This is our time here. We benefit from the fact that the greatest generation provided for us prosperity and peace and gave us hope and optimism for the future. They held a torch aloft for us to see, but there are not as many of them as there used to be. And they're not able to hold the torch as high as they used to because of their age. It's our time to take that torch. It's America's honor to carry that torch of freedom and hope and opportunity for the world. And we're going to do it. We're going to do it here in Ohio. And I make this commitment to you. My commitment to you is that I will do everything in my power to keep America strong. I will restore the values that made America the nation that it is. I will do everything I can to strengthen our economy, to get more good jobs for our people and rising incomes again. I'll do everything I can to strengthen our military, to stand with our friends globally, to make sure we don't show distance between ourselves and our best friends in the world. I will do everything to get this country right again. That's my commitment to you, but I want you to make a commitment to me. I want you to go out there and find someone who voted for Barack Obama and get him to come join our team. This is not about one person. It's not about a political party. It's about our country. The soul of America is at stake. This is a time we have to come together and take back America. We're going to do it. Ohio's going to elect me the next president of the United States. We're going to do it together.